Today I'm going to be showing you my daily skincare routine, what I do every morning before I apply my makeup, and also face makeup. First thing I do is use CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser. A friend actually recommended this to me not long ago, and it's done wonders for my skin. My skin feels fresh, the tone is even, and I'll do a review on this another day, but start off with this. Next, I use Thayer's Witch Hazel. It's an alcohol-free toner that also has rose petal water in it. And lastly, I use Cetaphil as my facial moisturizer. So now let's go ahead and get started on face makeup. So I tend to have very oily skin. I've tried so many different primers that actually don't help. They do prime the makeup, but then later on, maybe not even halfway through the day, my makeup's already wet and melty. But I found that this Neutrogena Shine Control Primer has actually lasted me all day. It's made my skin matte. I don't shine throughout the day, which is something I've never experienced in my life. So yeah, this is my go-to primer. Love the smell. So I go ahead and put some on. Next, just to cover up the red spots, I use this e.l.f. green color correcting stick. And I just use my finger because it's kind of got like a clayish, kind of wet. So I just dab some on to all my red spots. Next, I'm gonna use one of my favorite foundations, which also helps with my oily skin, is MAC Pro Longwear. It's also waterproof and it lasts all day. This color is the NC25. The brush I like to use is this one that I got off of Amazon. It's by far the firmest brush that I've ever felt. Yeah, I love using it for my foundation. So I just put some on here. So I generally don't put any foundation over my eyes because usually I would put eyeshadow first, and obviously I don't have any eyeshadow now, but when I put foundation over my eyes, it turns my eyelashes white, and then it just looks really weird. Even if I put mascara over it, so I don't do that anymore. Next, I use this Benefit Blowing Brightening Concealer, and I use this brush that is somewhat firm. The bristles kind of are stuck together, so that helps kind of paint this on. And I really like this because it's very creamy, it's not wet. Once you put it on, it just stays on, and if you can see, it comes on really, really well, nice and thick. I like to put it under my eyes, but not completely under my eyes, otherwise it's just gonna white everything out. And then I just like to dab the edges with my finger so that it blends in. So I'll do that on this side as well. You don't want to do it just directly under your eyes, you want to bring it down a little bit down here too. And then I have bangs, so it's not as important for me, but generally you want to put some right here to brighten up your forehead and also on your chin. Next, I'm going to use my contour palette, Cocoa Contour by Too Faced, and I use this kind of brush, and I just get the light one and I just blot it over the concealer on my cheeks. concealer on my forehead and the concealer on my chin. Then I'll use the same brush and put it over the medium cocoa and lightly brush it from the top of my ear, very lightly. And it's supposed to go from your ear, the angle, not the actual line, but from your ear to your lips. And you kind of just stop at your cheekbone, or where the apple starts. And then you just blend that in. Somehow I tend to get really dark right here, so I just get the light one and I blend it over so that it looks blended in. Now I know a lot of people use this brush for contouring their cheeks. I personally don't like it. It's a little too harsh and unnatural for me, but I do like to use it on the top of my head where it doesn't really change the naturalness of your face shape, but it just contours it. And then I'll use it on the edge of my jawline just to also highlight the shape of my face. And then if you're also looking to kind of slim out your face and make your chin stand out more, what I like to do is just kind of get the same medium cocoa you've been using around your face, just at the edges of my chin. That way it creates somewhat of a shadow and it makes your chin stand out more. Next, I'm going to use this Airspun loose face powder just to bake and set my makeup. And I'm using that same brush I was using for the contour. Now I like to get it really thick onto the lighter spots, which would be where I put my concealer, under my eyes, on my forehead, and on my chin. And I like to let this sit for maybe a minute or two while I do my eye makeup. I know a lot of people like to set it a lot longer than that, but I feel like when I do it, it just comes out really, it gives it a cakey look. Even when I brush it off, it just looks cakey. So after a minute, you're gonna wanna just brush it off. And then I like to kind of just brush it all over my face lightly, just so it sets the foundation and the contour. Next, I'm going to use the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit, and I'm just going to use the tiny brush it comes with. Just dab it on real lightly and brush it on the top of that part where we contoured. Next, I'm going to use this Too Faced Flush Blush. Inside it has a mixture of highlighter, blush, and bronzer, but what I like to do is mix it all together and just dab it on my apple. And if you are going for a simple, soft, kind of nude makeup look, a few things I like to do is just put on some light lipstick, nothing matte, just something a little more natural. I like to use this nude Tarte Glide & Go buttery lipstick. It's on really soft and smooth and surprisingly lasts all day for how light it feels. It really stays on there. And then I like to use L'Oreal Voluminous False Fiber Lashes. Usually I would do add the fibers myself, but this one is nice if you're kind of in a rush but you still want that volume. This one has the fibers in it already. You still get that volume. And then I like to set it with this NYX Matte Finish Spray. Again, with my oily skin, I find that this really helps to set it and make my skin not get oily and keeps my makeup fresh and set and matte. And there you have it. That's my everyday skincare routine that I do before I put my makeup. This is a nice, soft, simple look. It's a very natural way to do your makeup without looking like it's too much. So I hope this video helped anybody who is trying to figure out how to do their face makeup, or even what skin products to use. These are generally what I do every day. So I hope you enjoyed the video.